Modeling equations. You can model an equation to find its solution. An equation is a number sentence that has two expressions that are equal to each other. A variable is a symbol that's used to represent a quantity. To find the value of the variable in an equation, solve the equation. A balance scale is used to show that two sides of an equation are balanced. What equation is modeled on this balance scale? What is the value of n? So, step 1. Identify the expressions that are on each side of the scale. The left side contains 2 n's and 3 units. The right side contains a 10 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. The total amount on the left side is 2n plus 3. What is the amount on the right side? 10 plus 5 is 15. Use symbols to write the equation of the balance scale. The equation is 2n plus 3 equals 15. Alright, so step 2. We're going to rename the 10 as 10 single units. We're going to remove the same amount from each side of the scale to maintain the balance. Look at the scale now. What amount was removed from each side? Well, the 3 ones were removed over here, and 3 ones were removed from here, making it now 12. So we had 3 removed. Revise the equation to represent the amounts that remain. What are the remaining units on the right side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we had 2n plus 3, then we had to minus 3, and 15 minus 3 is 12. Find the value of n by dividing each side of the equation by 2. So 2n divided by 2 will get me n, and 12 divided by 2, or 2 equal groups, will be 6. Okay, so the equation that was modeled was 2n plus 3 equals 15. The value of n is 6. Okay, the way that this is going to look algebraically is if you have 2n plus 3 equals 15. You want to remove any addition or subtraction, any constants. You want to keep the variable on one side and numbers on one side. So to get the variable by itself, we are going to minus 3. 3 minus 3 cancels out. 15 minus 3 is 12. The 2 and the n are multiplying. The opposite of multiplication is division. These cancel out to make 1n, or just n. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Alright, let's take a look at another example. Okay, so this is 3a. So we have 3a, and then we have negative 2 or plus negative 2. So you can say minus 2 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 5. That's going to match up with D. Okay, let's go ahead and solve this. And we're going to solve this right here under number 1. So we're going to write down, 3a minus 2 equals negative 5. 3a minus 2 equals negative 5. Alright, so the opposite of minus 2 is plus 2. Negative 5 plus positive 2 is negative 3. The 3 and the a are multiplying. the opposite is division. So we are going to divide. We're going to get A. Negative 3 divided by 3 is negative 1. Now we can also take a look at the model. So if we had A, and A, and we had negative 2 and negative 5, well, this negative and this negative would disappear. This negative and this negative would disappear. And then you would need to form 3 equal groups. So here's a group, here's a group, and here's a group. So the amount that's in each group is negative 1. Okay, let's look at number 2. Okay, on number 2, the model below represents the equation 2w plus 2 equals 6. Which step is done first to find the value of w? First, we need to get rid of this. So we are going to subtract 2 from both sides. Okay, so let's write this down. 2w plus 2 equals 6. So we have 2 w's two and 6. Alright, so if I want to solve this, I'm going to subtract 2. I got to get rid of the positive 2, so I'm going to do the inverse. 2 minus 2 is 0. 6 minus 2 is 4. Okay, the 2 and the w are multiplying. The inverse, or the opposite, is division. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2. This cancels out to w. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Alright, so if we look at this, we can cancel out 2. We need 2 equal groups, so here's a group, here's a group. 2 is in each group. Okay, let's go to part B. Okay, number 1. We have this 1 and this 1 can cancel out. So we only need one group, so A equals 1. Mathematically, it looks like this. A plus 1 equals 2. The inverse, or the opposite of plus 1, is minus 1. This cancels out. 2 minus 1 is 1. So A equals 1. Okay, here, this can cancel, this can cancel. I need 2 equal groups, so here's a group and here's a group. There's 1 in each group, so A equals 1. If we write this out, this is 2A plus 1 equals 3. Got to get the variable by itself, so I got to do the inverse, or the opposite. The opposite of plus 1 is minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. And this will cancel out. I'm going to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. I'm going to divide both sides by 2, and I get 1. Alright, let's take a look at 3 and 4. Okay, on number 3, this can cancel and this can cancel. I need 3 groups, so here's a group, here's a group, here's a group. There's 2 in each group. Mathematically, this is 3t plus 1 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got to get the t by itself, so I got to get rid of plus 1. The inverse, or the opposite of plus 1, is minus 1. 7 minus 1 is 6. The 3 and the t are multiplying. The opposite is division. You're going to divide both sides by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Okay, number 4, I can cancel out 3. So 1, 2, 3. I'm left with 4, so z equals -4 because these represent negative. All right. All right, so if I want to do this, I have z minus 3 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The opposite of minus 3 is plus 3. -7 plus 3 is -4. Z equals -4. All right, the model below represents the equation 5g minus 1 equals 9. Which step is done first? Well, we have to get rid of minus 1. So we are going to add 1 to both sides of the equation. The model below represents the equation 4z equals -8. Which step is done first to find the value of c? Well, we don't have to add or subtract anything, so now we just have to form groups, and we have to form 4 equal groups. So we're going to divide each side of the equation by 4. The model below represents the equation 3b equals 2b plus 4. Which step is done first? We have to get all the b's to one side, so we are going to subtract 2b from both sides.